Hey everybody, Adam Savage in my cave. Where shall we begin? I'm waiting for some stuff to dry back there, some drawers that I'm making for a home shelf system. Hold on. I did a piece last week in a live stream about how if you're able to figure out where the cave is, I want to tell you we don't really want to, well, how do I say this? It's not like if you figure out where the cave is, don't come knock on the door. This is my workplace. I work here all day long, mostly by myself. And I can't accommodate visitors. That's the reality. And so we did a piece in a live stream about how a fan had come to the cave with his family. It was very sweet. I saw them on the security cameras. I wasn't here looking at them. They came before I showed up. But we said in that live stream, hey, the address, the tested mailbox address is in the description below, and we put it up on tested.com/info. It's where you can find out where I'm appearing, how to hire me for an appearance, how to hire Tested, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm saying this for a reason, because this is a Tested mailbox unboxing. I got a lovely thing from Christian and Tobias, or Chris and Toby. They're from Denmark. So part of me wants to add some poor version of a Northern European accent, but I don't think I can do that. Dear Adam, we hope this letter finds you well. We are Christian Bach and from Germany and Tobias Mogensen from Denmark. Germany and Denmark, two great countries. We both love movies and collecting antique reproduction and movie swords. Well, now you have my attention. We wanted to thank you for many years of entertainment, education, and inspiration, and send you, as a fellow movie and sword nerd, this item as a small token of our appreciation. This small item This is an aluminum sword, an aluminum blade. It's quite thin. I don't think it's thicker than 100 thou. I thought all swords were made from like 6 millimeter, but here we go. We got the 3 millimeter thick aluminum. I believe from the ring that this is 70-75, not 60-61. Which is 70-75 is much more, if I'm getting that number correct. I could be getting it wrong. My editor will flash it on the screen. But that is much more common alloy, 70-75, for movie swords because it is more flexible. That's the main reason. Let's find out about the sword. It is a screen-used aluminum bladed prop sword with a scabbard from the Arne the Knight Templar movies. Well, now I need to see some Arne the Knight Templar movies. It was designed by the renowned Swedish swordsmith Peter Johnson. I know the work of Peter Johnson. He designed and built the Night Blade from the Northman. I love the Northman. It is a surrealist masterpiece. It is so absurd and so spectacular and so over the top. I just freaking love the Northman. And I love the idea that there's a sword called the Night Blade. And I love even more the fact that you can't even really see it in the movie. You like never really see it. Peter Johnson, the reason I know him, and the next thing they explain, is he made the swords Blackfire and Dark Sister for House of the Dragon. And then this sword, designed by him, was produced by Albion Swords in Wisconsin. And you would know them if you're a regular watcher of this channel because they made my Assassin's Blade, which is a leaf blade. Albion not only sells finished swords, I guess, like this to movies and civilians, but they also sell rough forged sword blanks that you can purchase. These have been basically rough shaped, but they're far from finely ground. So I bought one of their leaf blades and I ground it myself. And I'm still working on that piece. It's going to come up here again. But that sword is still going to get some refinement. This is amazing. This is from Peter Johnson and Albion Swords, like all stuff I know and excited. They made the blade blank for your assassin sword. Yes, as you surely know. We hope it brings you joy and finds a place among your swords. Okay. Thank you. Yes. All right. So they included this very low impact sword hanger. I'm just going to move this over to the side. This is just your basic leather and steel. I can see this is riveted together. It's a nice, fast, accurate way to do a sword hanger. But I really wanted to just take a look at this beautiful scabbard. The scabbard seems to be a couple of pieces of like 3mm plywood. Yeah. And then it looks like those pieces of plywood are cut, wrapped around the blade, and then this piece of leather is wrapped around and glued in place and held here with this super low rent shape. I mean low rent. I don't mean that as an insult at all. I mean like this is a high level of sword efficiency. And I love looking at old swords for exactly that, right? What are they protecting? How are they protecting it? How hard was it to produce those pieces? I love nothing more than thinking through manufacturing of ye olden days. Here is something that Albion Swords, in my opinion, gets very, very, very right. Is a beautiful relationship between the guard and pommel. This hemispherical pommel is just gorgeous. It feels amazing. They've done a twine wrap around the blade here. And you can actually see here, you can see in the steel nut, the base, the pommel here, they've peened the aluminum. You can see that big piece, and then they've smoothed it out. It's just all around. I mean, to a certain extent, right, the balance of a movie sword is what makes it a good sword. But it's also the same thing with a real sword. I'm just... Oh, look, I felt... Sorry. I'm excited because I found a Maker's Mark. There we go. There is the Albion blade mark. They make it very small so that it doesn't get ground out, because if you made it any larger, the producers would be like, get rid of that. Chris and Toby, I can't thank you enough for this beautiful blade. And I love that it was screen used, that it was made for the movies, and it rings, it sings, my heart is warmed. Albion Blades, your work remains very dangerous. This is a compliment someone paid to me many years ago. Many years ago, 30 years ago, I think, the Exploratorium was, they put out a job listing for someone who could build exhibits, but then who could also travel to install those exhibits in other museums who'd hired the Exploratorium to build those exhibits. So it was a combination of build skills and public outreach, because you had to go to this other museum and be part of the unveiling and the show and the messaging of the Exploratorium as it distributed exhibits it built to museums around the world. I thought this was a perfect job for me with the combination of my maker skills and my comm skills. And I got rejected for it. But the person who I interviewed with sent back a note with my resume, and they said, in the words of the immortal Jackie Chan, your work is very dangerous, sir. I've probably told that story on the channel before. Albion Swords, your work is very dangerous. Chris and Toby, thank you so much for this piece of film history, this beautiful excursion into actual history. And yes, this sword will obtain a pride of place in my collection, and I really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. 10 minutes and out. Well, we're going to get some B-roll and close-ups, but thank you guys for joining me for this quick mailbag show and tell. Again, want to know how to send stuff to us, and by all means, it's not required. You don't have to, but if you felt the need, description has a link to our mailbox in it. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you all next time. Cheers.
Thank you guys so much for watching that video. I would be remiss if I didn't tell you we have some excellent merch. We have a 5-pack of demerit badges for sale right now at tested/store.com. We've got the I hung it off of level demerit badge, the I built the chair backwards demerit badge, the I hit my thumb with a hammer demerit badge. We've got the stapler in my finger demerit badge, and my favorite, I stuck the duct tape to itself demerit badge. Get yours now, tested/store.store tested-store. Tested. It's right here. There. Just click there.